So here we go. This is at a marathon station in North Carolina. This happened yesterday, it seems.
Your buddy in the Honda tried to cut. Like, the fuck is you doing, bro? Wow, yo, she spit on this nigga.
No shit. Oh, he hugged a look at her. Oh my God, we're gonna fight.
Yo.
Spitting on each other in the middle of a pandemic. Well, I guess not the middle of a pandemic. Maybe towards the end. Maybe, possibly.
Kick the shit into the street.
Kicked her shit into the street. The dispute occurred after the woman's car collided with the man's after she tried to cut a line for a gas pump at a marathon station in Knightdale, the Instagram user said, according to local news station WRAL. Man was charged with assault on a female as well as damage to personal property after Knightdale cops responded to the incident. The woman, meanwhile, was handed a simple assault charge. The incident occurred amid concerns of running out of fuel throughout the East Coast after the Colonial Pipeline was closed down following a ransomware attack. Now, just this afternoon, breaking news. We are getting word that Colonial has restarted operations after said cyber attack. Colonial Pipeline said Wednesday it has initiated the restart of pipeline operations after suffering a cyber attack while warning it would take several days for supply to return to normal. The restart of operations around 5 p.m. Eastern is welcome news across the Southeast, which was gripped by a wave of panic buying that led to severe gasoline shortages over the last 2 days. The hoarding of gasoline happened after Colonial said it would suspend supplies through a critical pipeline following the cyber attack. The announcement comes as stations have been pumping out a day's worth of fuel in a matter of hours, and a growing number are going empty. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has been begging Americans not to put fuel into plastic bags, which just seems like goddamn common sense, or anything else not designed to carry gasoline. Governors have been declaring states of emergency while pleading with residents not to panic buy or fill up their tanks when they do not need to. Requests that so far seem futile because it's the U.S. This is America. The concern over gasoline availability has taken on a life of its own and sparked a self-perpetuating problem. Concerns over potential shortages are driving panic buying and hoarding, which is then creating actual shortages. Those shortages then go on to spur even more panic buying, aggravating the situation even further. All this is happening even as the country has substantial stockpiles of gasoline. It's getting them to places in need and calming the panic that are proving the twin challenges. You know I've got my gasoline bag ready. I've already filled up 3 bags. I don't even have a fucking car. I am just going to start auctioning them off like, people did fucking toilet paper last year. Welcome, Tones Warlord. Good evening. While it may feel like a shortage, the United States isn't running out of gas, and every facet of this industry is working to get that gasoline to you. This according to Susan Grissom, Chief Industry Analyst at the American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers Trade Group. What are you guys seeing? Is there gas shortages where you are? According to data from the app Gas Buddy, as of Wednesday afternoon, at least 40% of gas stations reported having no gasoline in Virginia, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, but Washington, D.C., Florida, Maryland, and Tennessee all had outages at more than 10%. Outages at more than 10% of stations. Those statewide averages don't capture the scope of the problem in certain metro areas, however, as a number of southern cities are experiencing outages at 75% of their gas stations or even more. So places like Greenville, Spartanburg, Asheville, Raleigh-Durham, Charlotte. Meanwhile, the average price of gasoline in the U.S., thanks Biden, has topped $3 a gallon for the first time in 7 years. By the way, there was a fight going on my page when I got off of the stream last night. A bunch of right-wingers were calling me an idiot because I posted the time when gas was $4 a gallon under Republican George W. Bush, and I posted the time when it was $1.70 a gallon under Barack Obama. I was a little off on my figures. I think I posted $1.40 first time. Now that could be possibly because the figure where I got $1.40 from was looking at regular gasoline. Perhaps the $1.70 figure, which I got from a reputable source, whatever the National Highway Safety Institute, whatever the source was probably premium, all that averaged in. So you're still good. You don't need gas. Are there shortages in your area though? That's what I'm wondering, because I don't go outside. I don't know what it's like out there. I would assume people are dumb fucks in my area though. It did not mention Alabama on the list of dumb fuck places for once. So perhaps not. The White House on Wednesday said the Department of Transportation would allow states including Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, and Virginia to use interstate highways to transport overweight loads of gasoline. The Biden administration has already taken a series of actions to deal with the supply disruptions, including temporarily lifting or easing a number of regulations in an attempt to boost the availability of gasoline in affected regions. Oh, okay. Because it didn't, the ransom attack took place over the weekend, but the panic didn't really set in till yesterday. The fight that we watched just a little bit ago where people were spitting on each other, that was yesterday. The DOT has waived hours of work limits for truckers carrying fuel, while the Environmental Protection Agency has eased some that's just what we need. Truckers that are already tired and worn out, driving extra hours with fuel overloaded loads of fuel on interstate highways. What could go wrong? The administration is considering a waiver of the Jones Act, which mandates only U.S.-built ships can deliver between U.S. ports to allow more ships to help move gasoline up the coast. Individual states are also easing restrictions and urging calm, telling residents that panicking to run out and buy gasoline is counterproductive. Correct! In Alabama, speak of the devil, Governor Kay Ivey emphasized on Tuesday, that's what she's referred to as, affectionately, here in Alabama. She did finally win an election last year? Maybe year before last. She was actually a replacement for Skeletor, Governor Skeletor, who was involved in the sex scandal, because of course he was. In Alabama, Governor Kay Ivey emphasized on Tuesday that a shortage has not reached Alabama at this time, that an overreaction would only create a problem for a state that has so far been spared. In Georgia, Governor Brian Kemp lifted weight limits for fuel trucks in the state and temporarily suspended the gas tax. That kind of seems counterproductive to suspend the gas tax. Last week, hackers attacked Colonial Pipeline to hold its software systems for ransom. Concerned about what the hackers might be able to do with control of its computer systems, the company shut down its entire pipeline system, which delivers around 45% of the East Coast gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. That caused a disruption in supplies, raising particular concern for the Southeast, which relies heavily on pipelines and trucks for fuel. The Northeast can turn to shipments by sea from Europe. Trucks can help compensate for pipeline outage, but the industry is currently constrained by a shortage of qualified drivers. Sounds like they're not paying enough.